You're live once again. So, as usual, um, I go live because I can't be bothered to do a video and then, upload it or whatever and go through all of that. So I just do a live um, and treat it as a video, and it will load itself straight away. And I've gone on early because, most of the people in England don't even give a monkey's about. Oh, hello. Hey, Captain Kidd, how you doing? That was quick. I wasn't expecting many people in. I was just explaining that. So I go live, so I don't have to worry too much about chat because I tend to not ignore it, but get so carried away in what I'm saying that people write stuff and I feel bad when I don't respond. So how are you, Captain Kit? Are you doing well? I hope you are. So things are well. Even Davy B. Wow. INFJ, they beat you in. What's going on? Hello, Jeff. No, I can't ignore you now that you're here. Davey, how you doing, mate? INFJ, it's good to have you all here. That was quick. So that, what happened? That going on at this time, so not many people turn up, and I can just focus on what I'm saying, and not, feel guilty about ignoring people. But I'm really glad that you are here. To be fair, so I'm really, 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 really shocked. And I say me, I'm just talking for, lots of other people that it could be. Might not be me, could be one of 8 billion people that I'm talking about. But the truth is the truth. And simplified, it's this. There are people in this world that have more money than sense. And they could have looked after everybody with the money that they have. And I mean everybody. They could have looked after them. And so I put out some information that said it would be a good idea if that's what you did. I didn't say it like that, but giving people the chance to do the right thing is always the right thing to do. And Forrest said he would go out and buy some new rope out of respect. So I went out and bought some new rope out of respect and gave people the chance to either avoid the rope or hang themselves with it. I know that sounds horrible, but that's just the way that it is. You can either step away from the rope or choose to put it around your neck. It's up to you. And I don't ask anybody to follow me. I don't ask anybody to believe me. I don't tell anybody that I'm anything. I've never claimed to be a solver. I've never claimed to be a special person. I've never claimed anything. Everybody else does that for me. They make up all the BS that they can think of and then project it at me, which, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. And in all of it, I've tried to, be fair, be impartial, not take offense to the things that people do, not be angry by, people trying to unalive me and other people, etc. I've made it clear. I don't hate anybody for being the person they are. That's why you're on this earth. And if people can't understand that by now, I really don't understand. Earth is a school and you're here to learn. That's it. End of. End of. And what you do is a learning experience. End of. And when you learn, you either become better or worse. You either love and lift, or you fight and fall. It's that simple. That's simple. But that's not to say you shouldn't fight. Because how else will you learn? That's not to say you shouldn't be angry. Because how else can you learn? We are all dark and light. We all have it in us. Trust me, I have a lot of dark in me because I have a lot of light in me, and I need to balance both. Can't have too much light because then it would be unbalanced. Can't have too much dark because it would be unbalanced. So I need to balance as much light with as much dark and keep it even. The masculine and the feminine in me. I need to care as much and nurture as much as I do think and do all those other things that men do. However, and that's not being, oh, men are better than women. No, that's saying there's a side of me that's a feminine and a side of me that's a masculine. And in order to get through life, there are times when I have to be more feminine than masculine, and the times when I have to be more masculine than feminine. That's just the way that it is. Sometimes you have to walk away, and sometimes you have to stand your ground. So, listen. This is when I stand my ground. Not just me. Listen. There are a lot of people standing their ground now. A lot of people standing their ground. And people who have been in good positions are suffering right now. Right now. And it's getting worse. Even though they've been warned. You see, the simplest thing to do would have been to realize where you're standing and take the correct path. But they didn't. This boils down to thousands of years ago. Thousands and thousands of years ago. Some beautiful soul, a beautiful soul, a mothering, nurturing, wonderful, wonderful lady decided that they would let somebody into the garden or into the party, or however you want to look at it. And that person wasn't grateful. That person wanted what the hostess had and decided to take it by any means and hold on to it by any means, right up until now. Fearing that that person may come back and doing their utmost to stop that happening, while they failed miserably. This isn't about religion. This is just about truth. I don't care whether you believe in God or not. I don't care whether you believe God is inside you or outside of you, whatever it is. I don't care if you believe that God is a son. I really don't care. Because it doesn't matter. The truth is what matters. And the truth is, these evil people failed. And they failed miserably. And now, they don't know whether they're coming or going, because they don't understand what the fuck is taking them down. They have no idea, please listen, they have no idea the power that they are messing with. Up until now, that power has not been unleashed. Now, I started these videos out saying I didn't want God, mom, dad, whatever, however, creator, source, I don't give a shit, to reset this planet. To say that everything that's going on here is not viable, or whatever word that God's come up with, I don't know. And they want to reset it and bring destruction and chaos and death and whatever. I didn't want that. I wanted a surgical strike. Those people that don't deserve, they don't have. And those people that do deserve, they do have. And people didn't believe that that was going to be the case. I think you're finding out that that is the case. It's simply just the case. Now, I know, for me, it started with the thrill of the chase. And for years, I've been telling you that life is like the thrill of the chase, or the thrill of the chase is like life. Doesn't matter however you look at it. Nothing is as it seems. We're living in a matrix where it's all BS. And there are people in charge pulling the strings, and we're acting according to their will. And that's crazy. Because their will is not for our good. And things that set me off on this course, better say hi to a few more. Hi, Joe, there, Captain. Burning daylight there. It's 20:39, 3:30 a.m. here. Wow, I don't know why you're up. Hey, Paul, how you doing? I'm standing my ground. Good lad. That's how it should be. Adam said to Eve, we have everything we want. Just ask. Eve replies, yeah. Just is enough, is it? Yeah. That's pretty much. Well, it's not how they did it, but it's how these people want you to believe this is how it should be. That it isn't enough. And they're right. It isn't enough. Because we all deserve so much more. And we could all have so much more if it weren't for these people that have everything stopping us having more. Those are the people that are stopping us. Those that have already got it, more than they could ever need, enough to feed the whole world and give everybody, the sort of life that they would want to live without, trouble and strife. They could do that and still, listen, and still live the life they're living. Still have enough money to live, like they wouldn't miss it. To live the life they're living, they could still live in the same way without all of that money that they had. Without all of it. Like if they had 10% of that money and got rid of the rest, they could still live the life they're living. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But they chose to try and get rid of the one saving grace that they could have, whether it be 144,000 people or one person. They're deciding to get rid of their saving grace, the thing that would keep them in the life that they're accustomed to. Basically, biting the hand that feeds them. They're trying to destroy the one thing that gave them everything. Because they didn't earn it. Everything they have was off the energy of someone else. Now they're trying to destroy that because they can't control it. And that's what the issue is for them. Whilst they were controlling it and having everything, that's fine. Now they can't control it, they're struggling. So they want to get rid of that power they were using to be in the life that they've got. Not realizing the power that they were using, that they were accustomed to, that they thought they knew, was so much more. So much more. And whilst allowing people to live some sort of life, whilst theirs was shit, it comes to the point where enough's enough. It comes to the point that God says the vengeance is in the history. The things that they did and are still doing. Listen, what's kicking their ass is everything that they are putting out into this world, into all realms, however they are, whoever they are, whatever they are, these beings that aren't very nice, that are very immature, that don't understand they're not playing the same game, that don't have the controller, the energy that is going through the earth right now to heal it is more than they can comprehend. And that's a fraction of what can be directed to them. So you're here with a chance to learn, with a chance to experience, with a chance to understand what the journey of a human being is. And some people are being denied that. Now, please listen. In the very beginning, it wasn't Yahweh. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. It wasn't Adam and Eve. It wasn't all of that stuff that you've been told. And it wasn't in the way that you have been told it. It just wasn't, and it's easily provable. At this moment in time, as I speak, the ancients, they're here. And they are very, very together in what needs to be done. Listen, they know what's been happening and they want to rectify it. Now, this is not the Mario of 5 years ago. I'll admit that. I'm not the same person. I'm not. But I was never a person that was going to go out doing the things that are being done in the world. Granted, if 5 years ago things were different and I had $1 million or $2 million or whatever, I may have done some things that if somebody was saying what I'm saying, I would have regretted. But hearing somebody saying what I'm saying, I would have understood it's not the end of the world. We're here to learn. So doing bad things doesn't make us evil. Constantly doing bad things does. Learning what it's like to be human, learning what it's like to be, doing something wrong, it's not a bad thing that, all this bullshit about hell and everything. No, it isn't that. It isn't that. So we're here to learn. We do some good things, we do some bad things, we make amends, we do the right thing, and we move forward. So I walk the middle line, the grey line, however you want to call it, me in the middle, between the dark and the light, sometimes doing dark, sometimes doing light, however it is, understanding that I am my own God. I am my own God, and my life is dictated by me. My reality is dictated by me, with the help and guidance of everything that is around us that we can't see. The Creator, Source, Universe, Mother Gaia, God, spirits, angels, demons, whatever it is. Now, I don't just have angels looking after me. I have demons looking after me. Because it's not about them against us. It never was. That's another thing that's been made up. We're all just learning. We're just here to learn. We all have a path that we can go down, and some choose to be good and some choose to be bad. And there's no judging. Listen, I say I don't forgive. Do you know why I don't forgive? You've already been forgiven. You've already been forgiven. There's no judgment. I don't judge you. At the point of me not judging you, there's your forgiveness. The fact that I don't judge that you're an evil son of a bitch means you're already forgiven. I don't need to forgive you because I never thought that you're an evil son of a bitch, in the sense that I had to judge you for it. Okay, I can think you're an evil son of a bitch. I can think that. Compared to everything else that's going on, I can think you're an evil son of a bitch. Am I going to chastise you for it? Chastise you for it? Chastise you for it? No. That's your learning. Your learning. Moment. That's your learning moment. And you can stay on that path, or you can go, oh, hold up, hang on. And you can choose to do something else after that. Allowing to forgive yourself, not asking other people to forgive you, because in the real world, they don't give a shit what you did. That's up to the powers that be to give a shit what you did. That's up to you to give a shit what you did. In order, you can live the life that these people are living with $27 trillion or whatever it is, however much money they've got, in order to live that life. But live in that life because you earned it by doing the lessons, by going to school and learning the lessons. Just because somebody likes maths doesn't mean you have to pick on them. Because somebody likes physics doesn't mean you have to pick on them. This nerd stuff, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. If you're bad, you're bad. If you're good, you're good. That's up to you. It's up to you. But if you're bad, be expected to have a crap life. And if you're good, be expected to have a good life. But it's all about worth. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you come into this life and you owe because of your past life, then you have to work a little harder to get to the point that someone is already at because they don't owe anything. They came here with no bad debt and they're in a good position. And so you might start behind them and have to do stuff to catch up with them. Or they might do bad stuff and drop back behind you. So when you come into this world and you understand that you're here to learn, the first thing you should learn is how to love yourself. Not in a narcissistic way, in an understanding, an understanding, and an overstanding way. To accept what happens to you is a lesson and learn. Learn from that lesson. Let it make you stronger. Let it make you wiser. Let it make you more loving. Whatever the lesson is, let it make you that. Now, it doesn't matter if it makes you angry. It doesn't matter. That's something you need to learn. And you need to learn what is sacred anger and what is just evil anger. And you go through life and you have these little lessons, and how you respond is how you move forward. It's that simple. It really is that simple. So we are at the point now where judgment has been called, and people all around the world, probably more people focusing on America than anywhere else, but it's happening all around the world. Those people doing shady things are being called out. Now, I saw that there was a meeting and they held up this text, said something about F-18s and some other thing that I don't know. And they want this person to resign because they gave away some information. Mission launch. It's all about mission launch. If anybody says mission launch to me, guess what I think? I think of a rocket. But this mission launch was about an F-18 and some other stuff going over to Houthi, whatever it's called, whatever they are, don't care. And this person is being asked to resign because they gave away secret information, blah, blah, blah. And it happens all the time. Where were they? Where were these same people, these Democrats or whatever they are, whatever it is, politics, bullshit? Where were they when Biden, all of them, were selling out the whole country? Where were they then? So how they got this text, remember, everything's seen, everything's known. There's nothing you're going to get away with. How they got this text in the first place to show it in this meeting with Tulsi Gabbard and all of them, Kash Patel, whatever. No offense to any of these people. It's like, are you serious? You're having a meeting to say that you want a person to resign because they put some information out about a strike, which in the real world, in a normal, good world, there wouldn't be any strike anyway. There wouldn't be any fighting. There wouldn't be any bull. But I'm thinking, one tiny, almost unknowable event that took place, they want this person to resign, and yet years talking about a laptop, talking about Joe Biden and, you know, the boss and whatever he was affiliated with, supposedly, allegedly, whatever. And these people know it to be seen. And you have Republicans asking Democrats, like, come on, help us out. You know, our country's in a mess. We need you to, you know, stand by us. And it's like, nah, not interested. And now it's the other way around. They're still trying to screw things over. Now, I'm not saying this about a political thing. I don't care. Politics, it shouldn't happen anyway. There's just a right way and a wrong way. That's it. There's a right way and a wrong way. But to argue, not even argue, to discuss that, to worry about that, to worry about Ukraine and Russia, to go through all of that BS, it's crazy. Russia is in NATO. They don't want Ukraine in NATO. So Russia invade Ukraine, which will then be in NATO, because Russia's in NATO, that agreement that they have. So it's about, they don't want missiles or whatever right on their doorstep. They don't want a base there. Well, it's going to be there anyway. Or should have been already. You don't have to join the club. You don't have to go to that school to stop the bully being a bully in that school. If you see a bully bullying, then go over and stop it. That's it. Go over and stop it. So there's a whole world standing by watching two countries kill innocent people. Kill innocent people. Like, well, just take out the place that Putin is in and Zelensky's in and stop it. Like, why are you sending missiles to where innocent people are dying? Why are you sending innocent people out to fight a war between two blokes? Get them to, if it has to be, get them to Tell them to fight out themselves. Like, stop all this BS, because there's no need for it. There is no need for it. Now, I'm saying this because there is a higher power who has been waiting patiently for people to do the right thing, who is trying to be just and fair, who is trying to give justice in the way that justice should be given. At some point, we all know it's true. If there's going to be a reset, if Earth is felt to be, and I'm not saying that is the case, I'm not saying that's the case, if Earth is judged to be unworthy of everything that it's given, listen, the air that we breathe, the rain, the food, the ocean, everything. It's unbelievable how it's all set up for it to all work. Only has to be at 1%, and we don't exist. We need to be worthy of what we're given. Now, I know it sounds, when I say this, if you buy your child something and they don't appreciate it, what is the thing you threaten them with? Right, we'll take that off you. Just like any parent who sees that their children don't appreciate what they've been given and the life that they have. Now, imagine the Earth is an iPad. And we just sling it around, crack it, break it, mark it, dirty it, sully it. Don't put it on charge. And Dad and Mom come in and see what they worked hard to get for you. Had to go out to work, had to earn the money, had to go out and buy it, had to give you it because of the love that they have for you. There you go. There you go. And you're like, nah, I don't care. Our world has to change. Has to. And it is. So we're at the point now where something really powerful is in control of our planet. As much as these people think that all of their black magic bullshit is going to work, it isn't. As many times as they go to all these different countries, even in America, but go to all these other countries and get these thousands of years souls, witchcraft, demon, blah, blah, blah people, it isn't going to work. It only worked because you were dealing with people such as yourselves in that low vibration, which is not really that powerful. Maybe the best at what you do, inflicting it on the people that you'd already reduced to the same vibration as you. It isn't going to work. Never will. Never. Ever. Ever. Just shooting. Pea shooter. All right, it's the best pea shooter there is. With the best peas there are. Ain't never going to work. And you're trying to stop something that is beautiful. Even for you. Like if you'd have accepted it, gone along with it, you would still have the kind of life that you were living in. Apart from pissed off those people thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, years ago, they're not happy. And they're waiting. Some aren't waiting. They were waiting. Sorry, they were waiting. Fair enough. They were waiting for the time when those people that were suffering cut the cord. When they let them go. When they weren't protecting them. Now you have no protection. And now, not only the angels, not only spirit, not only ancestors, not only passed over loved ones, not only the fae, the animal spirits, the marine spirits, the dragons, all those things that you don't believe in, that you can't see, the star beings, not only them want this earth to be the place that it's supposed to be, but the demons that you released out, they have nowhere to go but back to you. They're not strong enough to do what it is that you want them to do. So they have to go back. Everything that you took has to go back. The darkness, everything has to be balanced. Everything has to be balanced. So now these people who did have light, but you were stealing it, they will have more light, and their life will be balanced between their dark and their light. And you will face what you released, whether you're balanced or not. The darkness will come to you. It will be off them, and whatever darkness there is that's around is going to you. Because it's not sitting with them anymore. So if you think that your life is shit, it's because you brought it upon yourself. All of us brought it on ourselves. It doesn't matter. If your life is shit, you brought it on yourself. It's a lesson that you need to learn. And you'd be grateful for that lesson, because that's what's going to give you your best life. Literally, it's going to give you your best life. If things are taken from you, it's because they're not for you. Something better is for you. If there are people pulling you back because you want to go up, then cut the cord. Let them go. Otherwise, you will never, ever be in the life that you want. And that's crazy. I know it sounds bad. That's not to say you don't love these people. That's to say they don't have your best interest. They don't have your best interest. So, love them over there and carry on with your life. People have been used, abused, however many, so many words that they could be used for that. For thousands of years. And now we're going to be at the point that those that want to be free are free. They're free. And they're able to rise or fall. Remember, free will. Rise or fall as they choose. It's up to them. You do your good things, do your bad things, however that is for you, whatever that is, whatever sort of life you want, that's up to you. That's what free will is. You have a better chance of having a decent life. Like these rich people, they don't have decent lives. You think they do because they have money. But money doesn't make people happy. And we all know that. Money doesn't make people happy. And if they were, please listen, if they were truly happy, why are they still trying to make money? Money they could never spend. They can't spend it. They can't spend the money that they have. It's impossible. They can't spend it. They just can't spend it. And you're trying to make more money. Or you're trying to keep people without money, whichever way you want to look at that. So just live for you. First and foremost, live for you. But it has to be in a good way. Everything is inside you. Everything is inside you to have a good life. Even God is inside you. Now, I don't like that term that people say. I believe it because you are. You are God. That's it. You are God. But you are not the Most High God. You are not the God that created everything. Or the God that first awoke and realized, I am. I think, therefore I am. I now exist. There is something else other than me just existing. So, God is always within you because you are God. So it has to be within you. And you can create your own reality by being in touch with the soul that is inside of you. Because if the soul wasn't inside of us, we'd be walking around like chimpanzees. We'd be walking around like chimpanzees. It's the spark, the soul, the spark of life. Everything's about the spark, which is Ra. If that soul inside the beings before us didn't come up with the inventions they come up with, we wouldn't have this. But those inventions, if they're good for the benefit of mankind, pushed to one side. If they're to the detriment of mankind, they're elevated. So what do we have? We have an anti-human agenda that gives us clones, AI, all of that stuff that says, listen, this is the important bit. People talk about the Anunnaki and having us mine gold for them, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's where we are right now. Right, or we were. That's where we were right now. Listen, if they clone people and they stick in AI, they don't need us. They don't need us. Don't need a human being. They don't need a human being for them to control. They will control AI. Not only that, we went from trying to find a God outside of us, an all-knowing being that knows everything, is everywhere. Guess where AI is? Up there in the clouds. Everywhere. All-knowing, all-seeing. They created God in their own image. These rich people. They created God in their own image. They created AI. that knows everything, that sees everything, is aware of everything. They created a godlike presence almost right in front of us. And they've got clones here, there, and everywhere. They've got fake people talking to us through the TV screen. Not even them, just a flipping robot AI speech. They've got doppelgangers, all sorts of shit going on. And they're feeding us fake bullshit because they have a crap agenda and it's anti-human. So if they end up perfecting this AI, perfecting their clones, all robots, whatever it is, excuse me, confirmation, we cease to exist. They don't need us. They come out with all these flipping new variants of blooming diseases targeted for specific people, COVID, and they think that we're stupid. And I have to admit, when I talk to some people and they go, what? I think, what? Are you awake yet? So we have an anti-human or crimes against humanity top layer of beings, not people. Whatever entities that's making them do whatever it is that they're doing. There may be people. There may be human beings who have been brought up to believe that they are special, etc., and they should be in this elevated position, and they are, so high and more above anyone else, which is bullshit. But it doesn't take I was going to say rocket science, but rocket is pretty easy now. Quantum mechanic. It doesn't take a quantum mechanic to work. Oh, who would you rather have working on a car? It doesn't take quantum mechanic to realize that, hang on, if we carry on going the way that we're going, we're not necessary. Whether we choose to be necessary or not, we're not necessary. Why do they have these agendas where they need this AI, where they need these clones, where they need these flipping robots? They don't. They would rather have them so they can control them, because they will be easier to control than somebody who's awake. Which is why we need to wake up sooner rather than later. So we could have gone to the point where the Most High God, beautiful Mother Earth, decided that I'm sick and tired of you destroying me. You need to go. And that would be aimed at these bad beings, these evil entities. But we would all suffer because it would just be a reset. So Noah had the flood or whatever, whatever it is, whether it's Noah or not, doesn't matter. Something happened. And we have 4 levels, 4 worlds, 4 lives, whatever, through the Mayan, whatever, different calendars or whatever, however you want it. We have the Anunnaki and the Sumerians and whatever it is, all these different civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria, doesn't matter. We do know, some people don't, but we do know, you know, they exist, or they existed, and they exist now because they're waking up. See, it's not about, what's it not about? It's not about whether God can come in. It's about whether we can come out. It's about remembering. Remember. Put ourselves together. Piece by piece, each member, a bit like Osiris, each member, bit by bit, you have to remember. Your body remembers. What was it? Memories will remember, whatever Forrest said. So inside you, inside your body, it's trying to remember, put itself together. It's trying to pull the pieces together and remember. You don't have to bring God in. You have to let God out. God is always around us. The energy is always around us. It's always there. Spirit, ancestors, loved ones. Doesn't matter how you want to, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I was saying the other day about being in the womb. After these 9 months when we're born, we just die. It's like, no, you don't. When you're born, you start life. So, but we can't, if mother was real, we'd be able to see it. Yeah, but that's because mother's all around us. What we're feeling is mother all around us. Like in the womb, we are in the womb. She's looking after us. And we're destroying it. We're not destroying it. Those people are destroying it. And just because we exit this matrix, or the womb, 2 babies in the womb, just because we exit it doesn't mean that's the end. That's the beginning of life. And then another life and another life, and the cycle that goes on and on and on. So it's always been, what came first? The egg or the sperm? It's always been that. It's always been that. It's not the chicken or the egg. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not what you're supposed to be thinking. It's not the chicken or the egg. The egg was fertilized before it came out. So what came first, the egg or the sperm? Egg or sperm? Male or female? How was anything born? How was anything born? That spark of life. So, must have been created. Must have been created. Said before, excuse me. Did God create himself in order to get to the point that he was God? So as he could create himself to be God, which is why everything has to happen the way that it's meant to, otherwise God will not exist. God is everywhere. The past, the present, the future, multiverses everywhere. To the time before and the time after. Whether it be the monad or those other big words, or way out into the future, it doesn't matter. Whether he spoke to Sophia and Christ or whether he didn't, whatever it is, however that changed. Something created something. You can't create something from nothing. It's impossible. Big Bang, bullshit. Any Big Bang, any. Think of any Big Bangs that you know of. Any Big Bangs that you know of. How many things did those Big Bangs create? None. They destroyed things. They don't create anything. If there's a Big Bang, things get destroyed. They don't get created. It doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't. So you're saying from this really bad event, something was created. But that something that was created was already something. Has to be something. If you have nothing, you can't have a Big Bang. It's impossible. It's impossible. If you've got nothing, you can't have a Big Bang. So therefore, there must have been something. Now, there is a Big Bang, and it's when the sperm meets the egg. There's a Big Bang then. And I don't mean sexually. I mean literally. Not everything. Things that we're being taught are lies. And our way of thinking stops us from evolving, which is the plan. Stop us evolving. Stop us being a threat to those people that are our conquerors, those beings that are our conquerors. That's the plan. Stop us being a threat, to take away their godhood or whatever it is. Excuse me. Ooh, massive confirmation that is. To stop us being that threat. Now, there was one threat that they were fearful of. And they never wanted that to happen, but it's happened. And there's nothing they can do about it. If there was something they could have done about it, it would have been in the first instances. But now the genie's out of the bottle. Now Pandora's box is open and hope is still at the bottom. And hope is going to take all of those bad things and put them back in the box. I know that's a bit simple, but that's the way it has to be. So going forward, there is going to be some resolutions. And there are going to be some happy people and some not so happy people. And I'm either going to be loved or hated. And I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if 7,999,000 whatever people hate me. No, that's a bit too many. Let's say 1 billion. I don't know. 4 billion. I don't care if 4 billion hate me. And I don't care if 4 billion love me. I care that everybody has the opportunity to have the life that they deserve. That they deserve. Not the life that they want. The life that they deserve. So if you deserve a beautiful life, if you deserve a life where you have 6 houses, 28 cars, 15 swimming pools, 2 yachts, a private jet, blah, blah, whatever it is that you want, whatever makes you happy. If you deserve that, I would be absolutely over the moon if you got that. And if you don't deserve that, I'll be really pissed that you got that. So if you deserve it, well done. And there are some people out there that do deserve it. So well done for being you. I'm so proud of you. So everybody should have the life they deserve. Which means if you're a great person doing good things, helping yourself, the environment, the universe, whatever, then you deserve loads of great things. And if you're a bad person doing bad things and taking from people, then I hope you have a real shit life, which is how it is and how it will be. And you'll only ever, I can't even say that because judgment's already been made. So, and the ancestors are, I did something the other day about law and justice. Law is not always justice. and people get around the law, and then justice can't be served. But at this point in time, justice is being served. Justice. People need to get what they deserve. If you're a good person, if you've suffered this, if you suffer through someone else, then you'll be able to reclaim that back from that someone else. Or maybe not that someone else, whoever doing the similar thing. But you will get justice with regard to that. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. You will get justice. And there'll be none of this, well, the law says blah, 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 blah. No, it's not about the law. It's about justice. A bit like King Solomon when he said, right, we'll cut the baby in half. It's about finding the truth. And with the truth comes the justice. Without the truth of her saying, yeah, cut the baby in half. I don't care. And the other lady saying, no, don't cut the baby in half. I'd rather you gave the baby to that other woman and cut the baby in half. The truth was found and justice was done. The baby was given to the rightful mother. Now, there are people in this world that are claiming stuff that isn't theirs. And Solomon has come back and gone, hang on a minute, whoa, that doesn't belong to you. It can't belong to you. I've looked at the truth of everything, and the truth says it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to these people. So I did those videos that said, if you're putting time and effort in, thank you. If you're putting money in, thank you. If you're doing all of these things for evil intent, because it's about the intention. If the intention is good, fair enough. But if the intention isn't, then, hold on. So all the efforts that have been put into destroying people, coming back to you. And everything that you gained through that trying to destroy someone is going to them. So there's this give and take now where you're giving out the crap on that person and they're suffering for it to go, hang on a minute, I took that and now I give it you back and I take what you took. So this return to sender that's happening all around the world. You're sending it out a bit like return to sender, address unknown. It's a bit like that. No such number, no such zone. So you sent it out. Postman went, nah, not getting it. Went somewhere else. I think some of you catch my drift in regard to that. Like mail, not getting to where it should have gone. So this is about justice, not about law, because the law can't be trusted. Not all of it, just some of it. And our politicians can't be trusted. Our governments can't be trusted. Our religions can't be trusted. So in these cases, justice will have to preside over them. Not law. This is not about law. This is about justice. The law of man is nothing compared to the universal law that exists, the spiritual law that exists, and that is what's going to take us forward. That's just the way that it is. Not lying, not trying to big myself up, not trying to big up anyone else, not try to put fear into you. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. And this all stems from the thrill of the chase for me. for other people. They were going through way more than I've been going through for, I don't know about longer, because I've been going through quite a long time with regard to, my life. But people are getting that alarm, that bell, ding, 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 ding. So when people wake up, it's hard to unsee the truth that actually, stares you in the face. It's hard to unsee it. And that's the worst thing that they wanted. They didn't want anyone to wake up. Like, one person waking up and telling other people is going to ruin the matrix for them. And more people that wake up, the less effect the matrix has. And now they've lost control of the matrix, and it's being run by a higher hand. And that higher hand wants justice, not law, justice. Not just justice for one person, not just justice for the now, justice for our history and for our future. It's not just about one person wanting what one person wants. It's about one person connecting with everyone and wanting the best for themselves and everyone and everything else. So God exists, whether it's inside you and you are God, or outside of you and we are in the womb of God, like a child is in the womb of its mother, thinking, is this all there is to life? Is this my life? Is this everything? And when I am born and cut, I cease to exist, because this cord is feeding me and keeping me alive. And once it's cut and I'm separate, then surely I die. So our cord is with God. And they try to cut that cord and separate us from what is nurturing us and giving us the best life that we can have. That would be like being a baby in your mother, someone cutting the placenta and leaving you to get on with it. Nope, ain't gonna happen. But that's where we are. We're in the womb. We're living the best life we can, even though we're being starved of all the nutrients and all the goodness that we could be getting if we were connected to the source that is going to give us all of those things. So just reconnect to the source. Get your placenta, stitch it all back up, put it all back together, and then start getting the good nutrients that come from that. That's as simple as I can make it, which is weird, but there you go. I'm standing my Adams at the Eve. Off to get sugar relief portrait from a relief portrait. Cheers, Davey. Well, there's only 2 here anyway, so it's a good time to finish. And this will be my quickest. 108. My quickest one. So thank you, the 2 that managed to stay long. Like I say, I was trying to do it so there was no one here, to be fair, so I didn't have to worry about speaking. But there you go. So, and again, please, what you see, what you hear, is not me. It's you. If you take this on board, it's because you want to take it on board. If you think it's all bull, whatever, it isn't bull. It's all true. It's only because you don't want to believe what the truth is. It's that simple. My job is the mirror. I'm the mirror, and I'm here to reflect what everybody is. What everybody is. In order that when what I say triggers them, it's going to trigger them. And what I say triggers them, they should ask themselves, why is it triggering me? That's what should happen. It's not going to happen with narcissists and stuff like that, but with some it will. So that's my job. My job is to show myself, say the things that are true, and people will understand it and agree with it, and people won't understand it and disagree with it and get all angry and want me gone and stuff like that. And that's the choice that they make. And I'm fine with it. Whether they hate me or love me doesn't make no difference. It doesn't change who I am. I don't give a shit. It's nice to be loved, I'm not going to lie. Not so nice to be hated, I'm not going to lie. But is it going to bother me? No, it's not going to bother me. Because it's the truth. It's the truth. I live in my truth. You live in whatever truth that you believe is your truth. And I don't judge you for it. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Every bad thing that someone has done to me has made me me. And I don't hate no one. I did. Oh, I did. Absolutely, I did. 100%. Absolutely. But if I hadn't gone through all those things that I went through, I wouldn't be here right now saying this, and I wouldn't be at peace with myself and everyone else. Because everyone is just doing what they do. That's it. They're learning their lessons in the way that they're supposed to learn their lessons, or don't learn their lessons, whichever it is. You're here to live, you're here to learn, you're supposed to be here to love, I think. But at the moment, it's difficult to believe that that's the case, because we've all been taught to fight each other, to debate each other, to argue, to believe a certain thing a certain way, and not admit when somebody else says, yeah, but what about this? That word or those words, what if? There has to be a what if. Has to be, always. There has to be a what if. And we have to take that what if to the beginning of time, and then the beginning of life, and then the beginning of man, and it doesn't matter whether it's man, the beginning of whatever life it was, until when man came about, and how man came about, and all of the information that says this is how man came about is, well, can't be true. Impossible for it to be true. So you go back to that, well, what came first then, the egg or the sperm? You need both, so you need a male and female. I know people, so nature finds a way, and there's some animals out there that don't need a, okay, there are, but that's not how we work. So we have to get to the point where our first history, the stuff that we know to be true, is where we should start, and the stuff that they knew to be true is also where we should start. So if those very first beings have information about their life, then we need to be looking at that sort of information, not a book that was wrote 1,000 years after the first beings were on Earth. That doesn't make sense. So it's hard to believe all the information that comes out, whether it be the dinosaurs or whatever. It's hard to believe it because it's been given to us by beings with an agenda that don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to know the truth, so they tell us what they want us to believe. And over the last few years, they've been getting braver and braver with how they're BSing us. Just openly BSing us, and now using AI, and very soon, if not already, AI will be used to tell us some breaking news about an event which is not It's real, but not in the way that they're portraying it to be. So there's something behind the news, but it's not in the way that they're saying it is. And it's not real people telling you. You see the Mission Impossible, where they put the face on and stuff like that. It's that sort of stuff. Like, you believe it's real, you see the person, you hear the voice and go, oh yeah. But no. So thanks again. Take care, everyone. I appreciate you being here. Again, this is all about a better world. I'm not trying to make a worse world. I'm not trying to piss people off. I'm not being awkward. I'm not talking out of my arse. Just telling you how it is. So take care. Have a good night. Ciao for now.